let's look at the 5 things that are immediate effects on the decision of breastfeeding or formula feeding. But a note before we begin, how you feed your baby does not mean that you love your baby more or less. You're doing the best you can. Number 1, cost. How much does it cost to feed your baby? Breastfeeding is not free. It's not free. People will say it's free. It's not free. Okay? Typically, we have to buy a pump. You need to buy nursing bras. You need to buy a nursing pillow. You need to buy bottles, storage. All of this adds up to around $400 a year that you're spending. But it's typically just that one-time purchase. Now, formula. We know that formula costs have just soared and just risen ridiculously these past few years. In 2019, the cheapest option you could buy, you're gonna spend around 9 cents per ounce. And then the most expensive, brand named, hypoallergenic, organic, is gonna be around 32 cents per ounce. Now, the very cheapest option that you can buy is around 54 cents an ounce. And it goes all the way up to over $1.15 an ounce. That's a huge change in price, and I think it's just gonna keep going up. So on average, a baby is gonna take around 25 ounces a day. So that means that if you're buying the cheapest option that you can, and honestly you don't wanna do that because of the stuff that's in it, you're gonna be spending around $4,900 something a year. And if you're buying the best of the best, right? The brand name, the clean ingredients, you're gonna be spending over $10,000 a year. That breaks down to more than $400 a month that you're spending on formula. So, clear winner in this category, breast milk. Time. Now, bottle feeding or breastfeeding, it should take around 20 minutes to feed a baby. It can be a little bit more, but those first few months, it should take around 20 minutes each time you feed. If a bottle-fed baby, you're feeding in like 5-10 minutes, it's too fast of a flow. You need to be looking at that nipple to see how quickly that milk's coming out, because it needs to take around 20 minutes for that baby to finish that bottle. So the amount of time that we spend feeding is equal, but the frequency is different. So with a breastfed baby, they're gonna be feeding more frequently because their food is more easily digestible. So they're gonna wanna eat around every 2-3 hours. With a formula-fed baby, their food is not as easily digestible, so they tend to have longer gaps between feeds. So you're gonna be spending more time breastfeeding a baby. So the winner in the time category is formula. But I'm not including the prep, the sterilization, and the storage. Third category is sleep. This one hits a lot of us hard. We don't really expect how broken our sleep is. With breast milk, the milk is gonna change throughout the day, which is really cool. Throughout the day, as you reach night times, it becomes more fatty milk, which keeps the baby fuller longer. And it also includes a hormone that produces sleepiness in the baby. So breastfed babies, they tend to fall asleep more quickly. But because their food still, even with the fattier milk, it's more easily digestible, they're gonna be waking up more frequently in the night, but they fall asleep faster as well. Formula-fed babies. One of the main carbs in formula tends to be sugar. What does sugar do? It stimulates. It also causes inflammation, and it causes more frequent urination. So bottle-fed babies with formula tend to have a little bit longer of a gap in their sleep, but even so it's around 20 minutes. And then they're up longer. When they do wake up for that bottle, they tend to stay awake longer in the nighttime than breastfed babies. So for the amount of sleep you're gonna get, it kind of ties itself, because breastfed babies, they're waking more frequently, but they're falling asleep fast. Bottle-fed babies, they're waking a little bit less frequently, but they're staying awake longer. So I'm putting this one as a tie. I really, really would love to hear from you. If you'll just go to the comments, let me know what you think, let me know any opinions, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I would love to hear from you. Next category is ingredients. We know that what we eat matters. It affects our gut, it affects our brain, it affects our energy, it affects our mood. Same goes for our babies. And breast milk is the gold standard. Formula's goal is to best mimic breast milk to the best of its ability. It's never going to be breast milk, but it's going to try. It's going to try to come close to it. The thing with breast milk is these magical ingredients that protect baby from infection, that adapt to their specific needs, that change the composition in real time as the baby is nursing. Your milk is literally changing for whatever they need in that moment. So it's customized medicine and it's a superfood that they're getting every single time. So clear winner for this, breast milk. For breastfeeding mothers, there are certain situations where you should not be breastfeeding. HIV, if you have tuberculosis and it's untreated, if your milk is hot pink, like Pepto-Bismol color, do not breastfeed your baby. There are certain medications as well that if you're taking that medication, you can't be breastfeeding because it's just not safe. So there are certain safety considerations, but for the most part with breast milk, whether you have the flu or a cold or a virus of some sort, it's actually more beneficial for you to be breastfeeding and to give your baby your milk while you're sick, because your milk has created antibodies. It's using your immune system and it's passing on that knowledge to their body through the milk and saying, hey, this is here, you need to fight it this way, I'm going to boost you with these special ingredients. And so it's really cool how it just like customizes itself. Formula is not sterile, so germs can get in it and can sit in it. Then we feed it to our babies and our babies get sick. You can either get these germs in the factory when it's made, they're using contaminated ingredients, or the surface is contaminated and the powder has touched the surface and now gets bottled up for us. So what do we do, right? We're not in the production line. What do we do when we buy this? We need to keep our surfaces very clean. We need to sterilize the bottles, sterilize the nipples. And one extra thing that we can do as well is we can boil the water as we're making. So this will mean that you need to make it ahead of time. Boil the water, add it to the powder boiled, and that will help kill off some germs. Of course, you want it to cool down before you feed your baby this milk, but that boiled water touching that powder, that can kill off some germs. I want to say again, how you choose to feed your baby does not put weight on whether you're a good mother or not a good mother. You're doing the best you can. And everybody has opinions. I just want you to have the facts so that you can make the best decision for your family. There's a number of reasons why some women cannot breastfeed or choose not to breastfeed. And two of the most common ones is pain and low supply. So if you're trying to find a way to boost your milk supply, you can click this video right here. This is my personal plan that I use for myself to get my milk up when I was making nothing and I couldn't feed my baby. Is breast milk better than formula? Yes, we know this. It is. It's better. Formula is trying to be breast milk. I am a breastfeeding specialist and I couldn't breastfeed my baby. I had to use formula. And I'm so grateful that I had access to it. You are a good mother. You are doing the best you can. I'm really glad you're here, and I'll see you in the next one.